Number 4, whatever. Master Nobody is back. The master of nothing. What is your universal responsibility? What is our personal and collectively universal responsibility? Why are we here? And you know what that is? Happiness. The most simple thing. And yet, simplicity is the most complex realm of existence. Because, for example, I sit here and, okay, I got my $500,000 house with my cars, my kids in school. I'm okay, I'm doing fine. Middle class. We play chess. We play tennis. We play ping pong. I win. If I win, someone's got to lose. So I'm measuring myself against someone else, always. We have competitive sports. We always have to be the winning team. We have to be one of the winning best in school. We have to be in the best company. We have to be the most competitive on the market. We have to be the best daddy and the best son and the best daughter and the best mommy and the best lover and the best car and the best writer and the best musician and the best we can. It's all that competitiveness, countries one against another, that constant ongoing competitiveness, that it's a disease. It's a mindset that we have created. And it's induced during childhood and school and in every single way. So that when we become adults, we're constantly looking to follow that path until we arrive to where I am at and we realize that it's a trap. If I go to a fine restaurant, and believe me, I've been all over the place, I've traveled, been in very, very plush, very fancy places. You go to a nice restaurant and you have, all these things. Gourmet, wonderful environment. It's the experience, they say, to go to these places. And so, let's say you spend it's easily a very nice evening out. It's very easy to spend right now, let's say in New York. You go out, spend $200, $250 per person in a fancy restaurant. A night on the town, special occasion. Okay, let's do it. Well, some people have enough money, they can eat there every day. People who spend $2,000 for a meal. It does exist that there are places you go and you spend $20,000, $25,000 for a meal, and you spend $120,000 for a room. Antique costs and whatnot, in a room. Anyway. But when I go and I buy a couple of fresh lobsters and I buy fresh grouper, then I go and I buy some shellfish and some octopus and chitons and calamari and shrimp, tropical shrimp, whatever. And I make a bouillabaisse, really nice seafood rice and seafood potage with some whole wheat bread, baked in the oven, and with some handmade sauces. Ancestral cooking, wholesome, fresh cooking, great salad, organic, all of it, all of it. And then the family sits around the table and we say grace and we enjoy this amazing meal that took us maybe a couple of days to prepare for a special occasion. Big mahogany table, kids running around, having conversations going on, barbecue in the corner, whatever. That's $250 per person. Maybe that's even $2,000 a person, because it's extremely exclusive, very unique. It's only for those very unique persons, the ones we love. And we do it in the terrace, with a little garden in front and so forth. Beautiful. So, what does it mean to be rich? To eat fresh from the ocean, I've done that for decades. Once I was sitting on a beach and we had this group of very important people that chartered a ship, and we had a nice barbecue lunch by the poolside and oceanfront at a local hotel. And so we were sitting there and I joined in with the passengers. I was the cruise director of the ship, and so I was doing some public relations and so forth. I sat down with them. I joined in, with my dish, and sharing conversation, being there for them. And one of them said, "It's a great life," you said, I said, "Yeah, great life, sure." I said, "What? A great life you guys have, you have this great job and everything, and you can get to do these things like we do." And I go like, "I don't know." I said, "It's a great life, yeah." I said, "But you got it wrong. Can I say it, or maybe should I be polite?" I said, "Well, you're going to say it. I'm still going to be polite. Can I say really what really goes down, why I'm here sitting at your table? So straighten that out." And he goes like, "Well, yeah, I started to feel awkward at that point, but I had to say it. I should have kept my mouth shut, but I didn't." I said, "Listen, I came to the Galapagos Islands for what the Galapagos Islands stand for, what they represent. And that's priceless. I live here, I'm a resident. And I work in tourism because one of my greatest satisfactions is to be able to share the meaning and the worth of the Galapagos Islands, and as a proselytism actually, with the world, with the global community. And to enrich your life in a certain way, even if it's a little tiny bit. Or if you're not interested in the principles of what we teach and learn here, you're having a good time, you're happy, and that makes me happy because I love to make people happy. I'm a host, I'm a natural host. It's part of who I am, part of my upbringing, part of my family culture, my people. Hospitality. I said, but what you're talking about, the privilege of me sitting here having a good life, this is my neighborhood. This beach is where my children grew up. I live, just about a block and a half away from this beach, and I have an ocean view. I have a large piece of land with palm trees and a big house. Simple, but a big house. Very spacious, nice garden. And traditionally, we always have done our bonfires here on the beach with guitar playing all night long. We'd go swim out, we'd catch fresh lobsters, and we'd cook them with seawater and with lemon and with butter and everything, and a salad and some wine and so forth. Here on the beach while we were playing music, under the stars, just among us. This is the place where we grew up, where our kids grew up, and where now you are coming to sit to eat a wonderful barbecue dish, but there's no lobster that I can see, eating frozen shrimp. That's overcooked, from a hotel. So if you ask me, my lifetime, my experiences, my quality of life being on a cruise ship to me, or being here at this, sitting at a plastic table, feeding frozen prawns imported from the mainland, that's no luxury to me whatsoever. That's work, because I don't like this food. It's not good, not the quality I'm used to, because I always eat fresh everything. I said, so when you think about tourism and so forth and service providers, you have to change the switch, because the local people are your hosts, and they are opening their hearts and their minds and their community and their family to you. That's the way it happens. And then people start having these attitudes of like, oh, they're the servants, and we get that colonial sort of, vibe. That's something kind of an arrogance that we Europeans, or anyone from economically developed countries, that we should really be careful about, that we should be humble and respectful and recognize things for what they are. Because wherever you travel, no matter how much money you pay, it's always a privilege to be there, and you always have to be grateful, for that country or that community or those people to share their lives and their environment with you. And that's what makes a difference between a person who is a real traveler, an intellectual person that has a certain finesse and a certain upbringing, a certain noblesse, as we say, and never look down at someone unless you're going to lean over and give them your hand to pull them up. And be grateful for that moment when you do, because sometimes it may have come to be that the one that needs to be pulled up is you.